Here, Chico.
Which one I get? Oh, that one?
All right.
The chip one?
Shit, why doesn't my lights work?
Oh, what is this?
Don't worry about it.
What the fuck is this?
I don't know, some sort of sparkling water, man.
It looks like, have you ever had avena?
Come on, dude.
You never had avena?
Guys, we're going to start with a daily gripe. This guy always, like, uses some Spanish word that he knows I don't know. Adena? Like, well, no, man, I haven't. And no, most people have not that are not Mexican. Haven't had adena. Yeah. They haven't. Maybe they call it something else.
You know what avena is? It's
what
like
is it?
It's like a oat milk, but like chocolate form, like a, you know, like hot chocolate.
So just say, have you had chocolate oat milk? I don't know what the fuck adena is. Guys, seriously, one show away from just being a solo podcast. And it's not fun and games anymore. All right. How you guys doing? Welcome back to the podcast. Salty Locks, episode 44, I believe. We got some new segments, ideas that we're going to be doing today. And I appreciate everyone that's listening to the podcast. I just did some shows in San Diego at the Grand Comedy Club. A lot of people came up and were like, hey, we listened to the podcast and we love it. Yeah. Shout out to you guys that are listening and coming out to the show. So that's pretty cool to see. We're just getting it going. So you guys are you're here for the full journey from the beginning to the end. But later, I feel like, there'll be new people that come and watch the podcast. So they'll be watching this 2 years from now when they go, we just found you. So for those of you that are watching this 2 years from now, how are you? Howdy doody, man. Thanks for finally finding the podcast. You're a little late. JR may not be my friend anymore. But hey, you're here now. And this is a timely podcast because we don't do too much topical shit anyway. You know what I'm saying? We talk about things that are just timeless, like JR's hairline. Fuck off.
That's a good one, dude. I feel like that's the first hair joke you hit at me.
I don't do hair jokes for you. You know why? Because it's something you can't change. As a comedian, I feel like it's fucked up to do jokes about something that the person can't change.
But fat jokes, you're down with.
Well, yeah, because the guy can lose weight. If anybody wants to know why do you keep JR around, it's a blackmail situation. I've told you guys this before. This guy has so much dirt on me. It's like Jeffrey Epstein and fucking whatever that Wexner guy. The Wexner guy that owns Victoria Secret. I don't know if you've watched that documentary yet, but go check it out. It's called Angels and Demons, Victoria Secret documentary about, what's his name? Something Wexler?
Harry or Henry?
I don't even know why I have JR. What's his name?
It's Harry Wexner.
It's whatever, Wexner.
Larry Wexner.
Yeah, Wexner, and how he had Jeffrey Epstein, right? And he gave Jeffrey Epstein his whole power of attorney. You don't do that unless he's got some dirt on you. Oh. Now, I'm not in the position to give JR my power of attorney because I don't have many assets to begin with. But if I died, he would be in charge of Doogie. Dude, I swear to God, he'd probably sell him for a couple fucking cups of Adena.
Not even, dude. I just charge people to take pictures with him at your memorial.
That's hilarious, dude. And JR would do like how they do in like Tijuana where they take a donkey and they paint it like a zebra. He'd be like, take a picture with the wiener donkey.
Yeah. Doogie's, he's lived 30 years past Amir. This is the new Doogie I'm putting.
I'm telling you guys right now, man. It's a wonder he stays afloat.
I'll sell merch with like your face and his face.
Guys, don't buy any of this merch. Let's get back to the Wexner stuff. What's the guy's name? Lex Wexner.
Lex Wexner.
Lex Wex.
Let me see. Les
Wexner. There you go. Les.
Damn.
Anyways, check out the documentary Angels and Demons on Netflix if you haven't already. It is quite interesting how the brand changed over time. Another documentary I just watched was about D.B. Cooper. D.B. Cooper was a guy, I believe in the 70s. He hijacked a plane in the 70s or early 80s. Yeah, the dude hijacked a plane. He asked for $200,000, I believe, $250,000. He slipped a note to the stewardess and goes, or flight attendant. At that time, they called them stewardesses. Okay, so don't fucking cancel me. Fuck off. Yeah, anyway, the flight attendant gets a note and it says, yeah, I want $250,000. I got a briefcase with a bomb in it, like these sticks of dynamite supposedly he had in like a briefcase.
Mm-hmm.
And so calmly, they didn't tell any of the passengers, which was a great idea. I think if you would have told the passengers, hey, we're being hijacked, everyone would panic and freak out. Well, the news interviewed some of the passengers. They had no idea until they got off the plane. They're like, I guess we got hijacked. They didn't even know. So that's good. To the pilots out there, if you're ever being hijacked, don't fucking tell me. On the phone, come on and go, hey, we got a little situation. We're being hijacked. I'd be like, or, I don't know, maybe you'd want.
I think
maybe you'd be like, yeah, tell me who it is, and then we'd all attack the guy or something.
Yeah, I feel like they would have. Well, in the documentary, I remember that there was a lot of actually plane jackings at the time.
Hijackings in the 70s and 80s were like school shootings now.
Yeah.
You know why? They had no fucking security.
Nothing.
They had zero security in the airports.
And I don't think you even needed a ID, I believe. You could have just bought a ticket.
Even forgeries and stuff like that were so easy in the 70s and 80s to do. It was like, you could be anybody. Like that Catch Me If You Can guy.
That's a dope
That guy
one.
was like pretending to be doctors and people
Lawyers.
that needed credentials. And he would just like be like, I'm a pilot now. The D.B. Cooper documentary was really good.
The mystery is good. Because if they found him, it'd be like, yeah, they found the guy. But they haven't found who he is. And the thing is, they think they know who the dude is. And he's like, man, shut up, bro. I'm not D.B. Cooper. And then he'll give a hint of maybe he's D.B. Cooper, but they can't really get him. That's why it's kind of cool. You know?
Yeah.
You're on a good documentary tip.
Oh, dude, I'm always on documentary tips. I like watching documentaries over movies all day. I just like learning something new. Like a movie's cool. I think movies are just too long these days. I always fall asleep like within the first hour. I'm not good at staying awake for a movie.
You fell asleep at Nope.
Yeah, even if I was watching a movie and I was like, nope, that's enough. It's a good movie. It's like, fuck, it's 45 minutes too long. I saw what I had to see. All these movies, Jurassic Park, it's like the same scene over and over again. Transformers, the same fucking scene over and over again. It's like, make the movie a half hour shorter so I can go home. I still am going to feel good. I saw the movie, do 5 less explosions, save the studio $100 million. You know what I mean? It's silly. They're too long. All the movies are too long. So that's why I like documentaries, dude. You get an hour and a half, hour. You watch the multi-part series. I love that because then you can watch it in different parts. You know, you watch 3 different parts. You don't have to watch it all at once. You can if you want, if you're a binge watcher. But you don't have to. You don't have to watch it all at once. So I could do that. But these other ones, man, it's just so long. So the D.B. Cooper documentary, I believe, is 3, right?
Yeah,
it's 3 parts.
It's really good, too.
So they always leave you hanging. It's pretty good. Now I don't even know what's a good documentary anymore. I feel like Fire Festival was a good one.
They had 2 of them, so I don't know which one you watched. I watched the one that was on Hulu, but I think there's 2.
They always do that. If something's like a hit, they'll do another one, and it's like the bootleg version on the other platform.
Were you old enough to remember when they had like blockbuster movies, and then at the VHS stores they would make a bunch of B movies that looked like the blockbuster movies?
Now, you're asking me if I was old enough when you remember it, right? So why the fuck wouldn't I remember it?
I don't know, because you're like more foreign than me, so I don't know if you watched movies like that.
Oh no, I came when I was 5 years old, and I beg to differ. Who's more foreign? If we were to like take an English exam, I swear to God, I think you are English not even as a second language. I think they would think you're English as a third language. Okay, so the D.B. Cooper documentary. The whole thing is so mysterious. No one knows who the guy is. People don't have a good recollection of what he looked like. There's one sketch of him that literally everybody fucking kind of looks like. Like they were doing this thing where they overlay the face of the suspect, and then it kind of changes into the drawing. And everyone they do it to, it looks like that. Like they could do it to me or JR, and we would look like we were the suspect. And this is what the picture is of what he looked like right here.
Very generic fool.
And they said very soft-spoken, very calm, quiet. And then this dude hijacks the plane. They're in the air. He has them land. He gets $250,000 cash. They give it to him in the plane. The plane takes off again. Oh, he asked for cash and then 4 parachutes. Mm-hmm. So this is what I thought was interesting.
That was actually smart.
Yeah, it was dope because he said, give me 4 parachutes. Because if he would have asked for 1 parachute, they said that would be like, oh, they would just give him a dummy parachute and he'd jump out of the plane and he'd die. But if he asked for 4, then it would be like, oh, he's going to take hostages and make them jump out too. So let's make sure we give him some good parachutes. Yeah. So that's what he did. He took 4, but he only used the 1. And he's up in the air, and it was like the middle of the night. It was dark.
Yeah.
This fool lowers the stairs on the plane. I forget what kind of plane it was, but like a passenger airplane that had the stairs back in the day that would come down. And he jumps out in the middle of the night with the money and the parachute, and they never heard from this guy again.
That's ballsy,
dude. That's
dope.
crazy. Swimming in the ocean is scary in the middle of the night, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like just jumping off a boat in the middle of the ocean and then jumping in this dark sea because you don't know what's out there. Imagine being in the air, dude, completely dark, and it was a rainy night apparently.
Yeah,
it's wet, it's rainy, and you're just walking down these stairs, and you jump out of an airplane into you don't know where.
Here's the thing. He had to have done it more than once, like jumping out of a plane. So that's why they were saying he thought that they were an army guy or he thought he was a pilot. They had a bunch of different scenarios. Because some shit like that you don't do just on the first go.
No. This guy, and you could tell he was like calculated. He thought about every little detail. And I think that's why he may have gotten away with it. But they say, there's people that say like, if you jump out, especially at the altitude he was, that you couldn't survive that. And they ended up finding some of the money, right?
Yeah.
Like they had to have known the serial numbers on that money, right?
But so, there's a bunch of different, like, did he put the money there?
Yeah, did he plan it later?
Did he plan it later? How did they find it? Were the people that found it in cahoots with him?
Yeah.
Shit like that. A bunch of shit like that.
Anyways, watch the documentary. Not that we ruined it, but we told you the story. Yeah. But just go watch the documentary, and then you come up with your idea of what happened there. And you can go ahead and comment. Comment here and tell me who you think D.B. Cooper is. I'm pretty sure it's JR. Guys, it's time for everyone's favorite segment, Headlines with Punchlines.
18 scorpions stowed away in coronas to Australia in woman's suitcase.
18 scorpions stowed away
from Corona to Australia in woman's suitcase.
Wow, Corona, California?
No, I don't know. It just says Corona, so it could be. I'm just giving you I'm giving you the headline.
All right, what a stupid thing to take with you to Australia. This is how shit gets spread. You remember that episode of The Simpsons where he like brings back? I think it's from Australia. He brings like a frog.
Yeah.
And then they go crazy like everywhere, or he takes it to Australia or something.
Have you ever seen a scorpion in person?
I got bit by a scorpion, dude. When I was
What?
Yeah, this is probably when I was like 18 or something like that. We were at Lake Havasu, and my buddy Scott Moore had a place out there. So we were at his house, and we were playing beer pong or something, you know, in the daytime. And it's the desert, so it gets hot. But also at night, it gets cold, you know?
Yeah.
So, like, I'd have my sweater on at night. And I remember, like, we were playing beer pong or whatever, and I just threw it on the ground. Later that night, I went and picked it up, and I put it on. And then I'm sitting there, and we're, like, eating or something, and all of a sudden, it feels like there's glass, bro, in my back, like a piece, like a shard of glass went like, and somebody like pulled the glass down on my back, and I go, fuck. And then I go to look in the mirror, or I show my buddy first, but I think my friend Dustin was there, and I go, hey, look, dude, is there anything on my back? And I lift it up, and he goes, wow, dude, there's like a white spot with like all red around it, like that. And I'm like, what the fuck? So I go to the bathroom to look to see what it is, and I pull my shirt up, bro. There's a yellow scorpion like that big, cruising on my back, and I went, I screamed like a girl, bro. I threw that shit down. I was like, and it was crawling on the ground, and we put a cup around it and captured it.
Yeah, because you want to.
Yeah, I wanted to see if it was like poisonous, and my arm started to tingle and get numb and shit.
Wait, you didn't even fucking go to the doctor or anything?
Bro, no. So we were sitting there, and there was a couple girls with us and stuff, and they were like, oh, we got to go to the hospital. I'm like, I don't know. I feel fine, but my back was kind of starting to tingle a little bit. I'm like, I don't know. And so we just called like 911 or whatever, and they told us to call the hospital line, and we called the hospital line, and I described the scorpion, and they said, you'll be all right. Like, how much do you weigh? How old are you? Are you having trouble breathing? Are you, if you had an allergic reaction, they said you would already been
dead.
Like, you'd already been like you swelling or having convulsions or whatever. So apparently you're not allergic to it, but like that feeling is going to be very localized. Like if you're a baby or a kid under a certain age, this would have really messed you up. But since you're an adult and you're, sizable human being, it's not going to really affect you, this tiny little sting, but it hurt like hell. Like it literally felt like somebody cut my back with glass. And that's why I got this scorpion tattoo right here. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Imagine if I had a scorpion tattoo.
Dude, I would have I know you don't have tattoos, but I still look.
I know, it's so funny.
I still look.
No, but yeah, dude, it was super painful.
That made me sweat, bro, because I fucking have a thing about scorpions. I would have gone to I would have thought I was dying. I would have went like, take me to the hospital. How big was the scorpion? If you could show like how?
It was like, I would say like a few inches long, like 2-3 inches long. Not even that big. It was like 2-3 inches long. It was like the type that they had in Parker, Arizona, where I was.
Mm-hmm.
They were like these little yellow, kind of almost like translucent, like kind of clearish.
Yeah, not a
yellow
black
one.
Huh?
There wasn't a black one. I don't know if those are more dangerous.
I don't know.
But this thing, fucking hit me with its tail, like, and you get Dustin. My buddy Dustin said you could see exactly where it hit, and it was like white with like red around it.
Fuck.
Yeah, man. So that was my scorpion attack. But dude, anyway, I would never transport these motherfuckers to Australia. The whole point of this whole thing is that's so strange. You just read the headline. There was
read
nothing
the headline.
about it.
We're just going to the headline. We don't even need more information. Just
there you go. Shit. See, the thing about JR is like, you give him any sort of job. I say, come with some headlines. I thought like, he was going to read them and go, hey, here's the full story. Because now I'm blind and he's blind. One of us got to know what the fuck it is. I said, Corona, California. He goes, I don't know, Chico. Oh, okay. Well, great. I thought he was talking about stowed away in Corona bottles. Like the way he's reading it, I could have made this up.
Maryland woman wins $100,000 in lottery winnings. It's her 6th in the last 7 years.
This bitch is cheating. She's cheating. There's got to be something rigged here.
That's
6 and 7 years?
6 and 7 years.
That's incredible. That's crazy.
They're not big amounts.
It doesn't matter. That's how you stay under the radar. But how is she doing it?
I don't know. You saw that documentary with McDonald's?
Oh, yeah. Well, that one you can tell how they did it, right? Anytime there's money involved with anything,
that's got to be.
There's always some sneaky shit going on. And that's why I don't trust any of those things that are like, hey, sign up for this and win. It's like, no, you know who's going to win. It's rigged. I told you, I used to sell raffle tickets to a raffle that was never going to happen outside of a Ralph's. I used to do that myself when I was a kid. We didn't have any money, so we were like, hey, you can win a TV. They were like, what? I think I told this story before on here. So we'd sell raffle tickets because so when I was in the karate class, I have a bit about being in karate class, right?
Yeah.
For something, they were like, oh, let's raise money for whatever the fuck it is for tournaments or some bullshit. We weren't in there long enough to figure it out, but they gave us raffle tickets.
Mm-hmm.
And then we weren't in the classes anymore, but we still had the raffle tickets. So we're like, oh, they were saying go sell these fucking tickets, for $1 or $2 or something. So we had the raffle tickets. This is another scumbag thing. Me just not having a moral compass as a kid going, oh, this is fucked up. So we went out there like, oh, we just go out there and we go in front of Ralph's and we sell these raffle tickets. We go, oh, you can win a TV. We're raffling off all these items. And then like, and they're like, how much are they? We go $1. They're like, oh, here, so I can take $1,
Yeah.
I would give them a raffle ticket. And then the raffle would just never happen. Because, you're not going to be like, call back and be like, hey, whatever happened with that raffle? Do you have the winners? Some fucking kid on a street corner. And 90% of the people were probably like, here, this fucking little poor kid.
They knew. Yeah, because I know the same thing. You ever bought those little things where you get a discount at like 20 different fast food places that you'll never go to?
I remember those.
Football, 20% off on Subway or this, but you got to go to that specific Subway or some dumb shit. Man, just give them $5, get out of here. They're doing it. They knew that you were just a little foreign kid. You probably looked more foreign back then.
Little hustler. Buy the ticket.
We have one more headline. Shakira tax fraud case. What is known about the charges and potential 8 years of prison?
Ooh. Shakira, damn. Oh, you didn't pay your taxes? Shakira! It looks like you're going to go to jail forever. Is that her voice?
I don't know, but it's spot on enough to like.
Oh my God! She didn't pay taxes for 8?
Didn't pay taxes.
Oh man, that's like what gets a lot of people, dude.
And I think I know what she did. I didn't read it again. I didn't, but I think I know what she did because a lot of artists in Miami do this that are from Mexico or Colombia or other that. They say they're not living here; they're only working here.
Right.
But then when the taxes find out and be like, oh, you've been here 9 months out of the year.
Oh, yeah. Uncle Sam wants his money, especially when it comes to, like, big money. If you're making, like, a few $1 million or something, they're like, hey, bro, we want our cut. It's taxes.
And they've gotten a bunch of people. Erykah Badu.
Oh, did they?
Got that bitch. No. Lauryn Hill. Lauryn Hill, they got her. She was in prison. And then the most famous one is
Wesley Snipes.
Wesley Snipes.
They got Wesley Snipes. They got Chris Tucker. I remember Chris Tucker was coming in. Chris Tucker had a joke. He said, They got me for tax evasion. That's what I get for letting Wesley Snipes do my taxes. Something like that. You know, Jack from the Haha has all these old tapes of all these guys. He has like footage of like Kevin Hart's and Chris Tucker's and Chris
Fluffy.
Yeah, Gabriel, all these guys on these little shitty VHS tapes.
He also has them
From
on
the
DVDs.
Yeah. I was there when he was like exporting them to DVD, I think.
Yeah, he got me once. He got me for $20. It was open mic. This is before I even started stand up. It was just I went to open mic one time.
Right. Okay. So who we're talking about, real quick, for the listeners. So the Haha Comedy Club is a place that JR and I both started our comedy careers at. I mean, JR really hasn't started, but where he goes to practice whatever he's doing.
Yeah.
And I worked there for free for like 7 months for Jack and the family, and I still do shows there. The Acidorians are the family that owns the club, and I love them. They're like family, but you know they sometimes have questionable ways of running shit, but they're good people at heart, but just very stringent business tactics, you know.
Yeah.
And so Jack Senior, because there's a Jack Junior who also does comedy, and that's one of our friends. Jack Senior is the one who owns the club for the last 28 years or 30 years or however long it's been. So what he used to do is at the open mics, you could get your tape if you wanted. It was like $20, and he had like this little shitty DVD burner that would burn the footage that's being shot right there. Like he had a camera set up, and you could press record, and it would tape the comedian that was on stage right then. And so JR is talking about one time he went and did the open mic, gave Jack $20, and what happened?
Well, no, but the way he sold me was he had old school tapes of Kevin Hart, Gabriel Iglesias, and then you go, look at, they started here. I don't know how to do a Jack Senior, but they started here. Yeah. So he rouse you up. We're like, whoa, fuck. He goes, you have to get your first set. Hold it, you know? And I was like, all right, fuck it, here's $20. And then you go and it can't, honestly, if nobody knows it's me, you wouldn't know it's me. That's how pixelated this shit is.
There's even worse stories, because sometimes people would pay Jack, and then he would forget to record it. And then he'd be like, oh, Amir, give him this. And he'd just give him a blank CD. I was like, dude, what the fuck?
And they'll come back.
And then they'd come back and be like, hey, dude, it's blank. He's like, oh, this, oh, no, oh, I don't know what happened. It broke. Here, put a new. He'd tape the next one. Because Jack would never, he was notorious. Like, if you gave him $100,
you keep it as credit.
And the thing you owed, or the thing that cost 20, and you gave him 100, now you didn't get 80 change. You had $80 credit.
Yeah.
So whatever money you gave him was a motherfucking gift card, right? So he never almost ever took money out of the till.
Yeah, dude, he got me again too, because then I went to go see a show, and I brought a bunch of people, right? Because at 18 I wanted to do stand up, but you know what I mean? I didn't know how to do it, so I went, I saw the show, and then he pulls me to the side. He goes, "Buddy, you won." I go, "What did I win?" He goes, "You won free tickets for next week." And then he made me bring more people the next week. I'm not even doing stand-up. I'm just a customer. And he got me, and then I fucking went to go do stand-up, and I stopped because I saw a fight. I was 18 years old. I wanted to do fucking one open mic, and I saw two fools brawl for a joke. I don't even know these two dudes. It was just a big fat guy and a skinny guy. And then he's doing the open mic, and the big fat guy goes, "That's my joke." And he goes, "Fuck you, that's my joke." And then they just fucking, boom, start fighting. I'm like, fuck, what the fuck? So it kind of threw me off. And then I started college, so I was like, all right, maybe I was real skinny. I was like, maybe I need to, work out.
All right, guys, we're all out of time. Shit. Yeah, I really took us for a tailspin of a story there, huh? I guess some people have the storytelling ability and some people don't. And he painted that picture like a guy who's painting with black and white. I couldn't even see the two characters. There's not very many details. And then he started to work out at one point. What the fuck was that one about?
That was just thoughts.
Yeah, I was going to say, God damn it. I was like, I hope you're still listening. If you're there still, I apologize. I'll try not to let that happen too much longer. But yeah, the Haha Comedy Club, man, it's got a lot of a bittersweet place for me. Had a lot of memories there, good memories, bad memories. But yeah, it was a great place for me to learn a lot of shit.
What are your most fondest memories of Haha?
My fondest memories actually is with me and Rico. Rico was one of our friends that passed away recently from this fentanyl epidemic shit.
Yeah, man.
But Rico and I, man, we'd have so much fun, dude. We'd sit back there. We're like, we didn't get along at first. Like, you know, he was this guy from Boston, this hard-ass dude from Boston.
Yeah.
And then Jack would put us up against each other because we both worked at the club for free to get stage time.
Yeah.
You know, so what you do when you're a new comedian sometimes is you might go work at a comedy club just to get up. You know, like there's guys at the Comedy Store, the Improv, you know, all these comedy clubs. But I didn't want to go to one of the big Hollywood clubs yet because I was just not good yet, you know. So I was trying to get good in like private to where then I can go over there and start doing the open mics and sets over there.
Yeah, that's a smart way to do it.
Yeah, so I started at the Haha where a lot of guys started. I just worked there for free. I was like, I couldn't pay for the open mic. The open mic was $5 a day. And I was like, I can't pay for this shit every day, dude. I'm going to go broke. So I was like, here, I'll work for free. Just let me do the open mic. And I would make phone calls for a few hours every day. So at 5 o'clock, I'd get there, start making phone calls. And the phone calls were to get suckers like JR. I'd be like, hey, you won 10 free tickets. Yeah. So what they do is they just like, you know, they get an email list or a call list. You put your phone number if you come to a show, and then randomly you get a call and you go, hey, you won free tickets. You might win free tickets fucking 10 times in a row. You know, so it's just random. We would call, and then that's how we'd get people to come to a show. So I would sit there on the phones, and then at like 5:30 or whatever the open mic would start, and I'd either host it or I'd go do a spot on it. Hosting it was great because it would be like you're doing 20 sets, you know, because you're introducing all the comedians that are waiting there to go on stage. So I would be sitting there, and then I'd wait, do the open mic, make some more phone calls, and at night, the show would start. And then I'd get to watch comics and see what the fuck was going on. And then I'd go peddle tickets on the street on Lankershim Boulevard, right by the club. I'd go out, and I'd have all these tickets. And if I got enough people to come in off the street, they'd give me like 5 minutes or something. Because whoever was producing the show was like Eric Allegria and all these other guys.
Yeah.
Whoever was producing the show, if I got enough people to come to their show from the street, they would give me a few minutes, like at the end of the show.
That's cool.
Very beneficial, you know, getting to perform every night and then have that. Then slowly but surely I got to get to do weekends and stuff like that. But with a lot of drama between me and Jack and falling out and not falling out and getting yelled at, and you know what I mean? So I worked there for like 7 months for free. And then one time Jack gave me $40. And it was like the hardest thing. He's like, I think he started to see I was about to leave. And I had a show there Sunday nights called So Funny Sundays that Jack gave me because he knew, he's like, I'll put your name on the marquee. You know, that's why I became Amir K, actually. Jack wanted me to have a night because he knew that if you have a night as a newer guy, like you're going to push to make it a packed night. So Sunday night was dead. So he's like, here, Amir, you have your own nights. It's on Sundays, you know, come up with a name and we'll put it on the marquee. So we put it on the marquee. It said So Funny Sundays with Amir K because they couldn't fit the whole name. But that's why then all the other comics would start calling me, hey, Amir K, man, what's up, Amir K? And then it just stuck. And then so that's why I became Amir K, was because of that place and the marquee. So anyways, I had the night. So I would bust my ass every night to make phone calls to pack out Sunday because I wanted Sunday to be packed because that was my night, and I would host it, or I'd put myself in a tough spot at the very end or very opening or whatever, or after the best guy. Like if I had somebody come in, like at the time it was like D'Elia would come and do it a lot. You know, all the guys from the Comedy Store, the Laugh Factory. Yeah. I'd go to those clubs and I'd get them. I'd be, hey man, I got a packed house at the Ha Comedy Club on a Sunday. Yeah. And so people started to come to do it, and they're like, holy shit, this place is fucking great. It's packed on a Sunday. So we can like, and you can work out material. So everyone started telling everyone, go do Amir's show. It's good.
Yeah.
So I got a good reputation, but then I started, and I wasn't making $1 off the show.
No
so
money.
I'd have the fucking place packed every Sunday, not make a fucking $1. And then if I had a light Sunday, Jack would be like, Amir, what are you doing? You know, like, what do you, like, get on my ass? I was like, what the fuck, man? I'm like, dude. And I wasn't, mind you, making $1, dude. And, you know, I don't know. We just butt heads a lot of times, you know. And he reminded me of my dad a lot. Yeah, eventually he was like, he could tell that I was about to leave. And he was like, fuck. I mean, this is my Sunday meal ticket, you know. This is a fucking packed house every Sunday, making the club a lot of money. So he's like, Amir, here. He gave me $40, but he couldn't let go of the fucking. It was so funny. He's like, don't tell me I didn't tell you. Like, yeah. It was pretty funny. But I love him, yeah.
Amir K, dude. Damn, the haha gave you your name, bro.
Pretty much. I mean, yeah, dude. A lot of people may talk shit about the haha, but I love that place. You know how it is.
Yeah. I mean, look.
I get
every club has its own weirdness and craziness. I think. there's fucking stage time is stage time, bro.
Yeah, I mean, you got to go where you get love. I tell a lot of young comics, if you're listening to this podcast or if you were thinking about doing stand-up, don't worry about the big clubs at all. Like, go where you get up.
Yeah.
Go where they give you time and you get love and they let you go on stage.
I read this. I'm gonna fuck up the quote, but it pertains to this. It says, "Embrace your invisibility," meaning like, go where you get love, and then get all your fuck ups where the big people can't see you yet. Embrace your invisibility.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
And I wish you would be more invisible. It's funny. You know what I'm saying? Do you have to cut your fucking mic off? No, but that's a good point, because what you don't understand is a lot of these bookers and gatekeepers, they'll see you once, and if you really, especially if you're like, hey, you got to see my set, they'll give you that look. But if you're not good at that look, they'll just think about you how they saw you that one night.
For years.
Yeah, for years.
For 5, 6 years, 7 years.
Exactly. So then, and then whatever, and in their head, that initial impression of you is always going to be that. Even if you've come a long way, they're just always going to think that. So don't always be jumping to go to the biggest club first, you know? Mm-hmm. And I always see that when I want to get up here, man, soon. It's like you're at the Laugh Factory or the Improv or somewhere, and they're like, how do I get up here? It's like, dude, go to the fucking barber shop or go to the goddamn the laundromat show. Do all those shit shows first, and then when you have a solid 5 minutes or something that you think you want to put up in front of one of these bookers that could give you some potential time, then come here.
Yeah.
Guys, really quickly, if you haven't subscribed already, please do subscribe. We don't have any ads on the podcast yet because we're not doing any sponsorships, and plus we want you to enjoy it without ads. So if you could, please just subscribe here. Tap the subscribe button and then hit the bell button just so you know when a new episode is out. We're trying to do them at least once every 2 weeks. There will be a new episode, and I will try to do it even more regularly as we have a little bit more time. But yeah, that's it. Subscribe here if you haven't already, and thank you again for tuning in to Salty Logs. Guys, we have a brand new segment. This one is where we're going to watch a couple videos. I've seen people do it on some of the podcasts. It seems like a fun little thing to do. And we'll do like little reaction videos. So here we go. JR's come up with a couple videos. I don't know how good they're going to be, but we'll give it a go. JR, you want to put up our first video? Tell us a little bit about what it is.
We're just going to say this looks like maybe a 1-bedroom apartment and a guy who's very excited about his motorcycle.
All right, cool. Put it on. Let's see. This guy, okay, I'm looking at this shit, and this.
What do you think's going to happen?
This is already looking like a horrible idea. All right? And guys, if you're listening to this on the audio version, what we're looking at here is a dude. He's probably on a, I don't know, I'd say like a 450, 500 something.
CCs, yeah, Yamaha.
Yeah, like a little Yamaha or a Honda. Just picture a motorcycle inside of like a 1-bedroom fucking apartment with like laminate wood floors and a little tiny bullshit like outdoor set that's actually inside with a little lamp that's probably from his grandmother's house that just passed.
That's pretty
and
good.
Then a picture from IKEA. And this guy, the only way to describe him is a guy that would drive a motorcycle in an apartment. If you're not watching the podcast live.
Yeah, for sure he wears Carhartt. You know what I mean? That kind of clothing.
What was that again?
Carhartt.
Fuck is that?
Oh, you don't know that?
I do not.
Oh, I'm gonna have to show you some Carhartt attire. Okay. It's a certain person that wears that kind of attire.
Okay.
I mean, he might be, you know.
Guys, do you see how when I described it, it was pretty quick, straightforward, you know, little references that you might pick up and whatnot. And then all of a sudden, JR comes in with something he can't even pronounce.
Carhartt.
Something he can't pronounce. I have no idea what the fuck Carhartt is.
Dude, listeners, they know.
Guys, if you do know what Carhartt is, drop a comment in here. I honestly didn't know what it was. Okay, cool. So look, we're looking at this guy right now. It looks like a horrible idea. The lights are on of the motorcycle, so it means it's on. This is not going to end well. You can already tell.
Let's see.
But let's watch. That's great. I mean, what did he think was going to... I don't know. Best case scenario, what happens here? And the best is, if you're watching this, there's another motorcycle in the hallway.
There is.
So he's got 2 motorcycles in the house. That why the fuck are they not outside? 2, the door that he was driving into was not even open. It wasn't open.
No.
So he rams right into the fucking screen, and then he gets up like, "Oh my god, I can't believe that happened."
Can I tell you something that you probably didn't notice, and I did? He
What?
moved his futon closer to the TV so he could do that.
Oh, that is very true. So this was a setup thing. If you notice, unless he watches the TV very closely. But now this another good insight of what this guy shit's gone horribly wrong is that futon looks like it's been with him for quite a while. And if he wasn't spending all his money on these fucking shitty motorcycles, he could have got an actual bed or a couch.
But he does have a nice lamp. Like, that's a really nice lamp.
His lamp game is actually on point. Like, I don't know where, like, everything else looks like it's from a dorm room. And then his lamps look like they're from, some sort of haunted mansion or something. But they're a different level of the rest of the shit. Like, they don't look like they belong there. Which leads me to believe that, yeah, somebody in his family passed. And it's like, they're like, And he needed a light source, so he used the lamp. Like whether it was an aunt or a grandma or something like that, I don't know. But definitely it's, something to that effect.
They handed it down to him.
Yeah, it's been handed down. He didn't go and purchase that lamp.
Yeah.
I can almost assure you, nor did he purchase this one right here in the very beginning.
Yeah. Because they both look nice.
My favorite is this area, though. Like, if you look at the IKEA painting of the downtown, I think I had that at one point in college, too.
Yeah.
Where you just get one of the IKEA things.
It's an outdoor, you're right. It's an outdoor patio set.
That's, I believe, an outdoor patio set, right? You have the glass. I mean, it could be indoor, but it looks like an outdoor set.
Yeah. They go, look at those speakers. Those are really...
I'd say this has got to be from the 2000s. 2010-ish. Because all that shit looks a little dated. But anyway, yeah, this could be like around Corona or Riverside or something like that.
If you had to give him a name.
I think it'd be like Colton or some shit. Or like a Corey or something. Yeah, something like that. Yeah. All right, let's go to the next video.
Next video. You want me to set this one up? I'll just tell you about it.
Yeah, just give me a little...
Well, this is, from what I see, it is a woman who's been scorned and wants revenge.
Oh, yeah, I know this one. Now, this one is absolutely crazy to me. This one is just absolutely insane. I'll tell you right now. Because it's a wonder this lady didn't die.
Yeah.
And basically, yeah, I'm assuming this is like a cheating situation. Or, something, definitely a woman scorned. And hell hath no fury like a woman scorned. Is that the expression?
Sounds correct.
Couldn't be more fitting than this. Because this is hell. Which she is getting into here.
Okay, play it. I want to see it.
And here we go, guys. So the setup is we're in a parking lot. We see some lady fiddling around with some sort of like tank of some sort. And she's next to an SUV. And this is recorded on a cell phone. And then she's putting in its gasoline she's putting inside the car.
Yep.
So here she goes. She's just dumped a bunch of gas into the car. Into the back window that she smashed. Oh, fuck. And the car, it just explodes.
Look how she comes back for the evidence, though.
And then she hobbles off. I mean, it's a wonder. Dude, it's amazing that this lady is not like her face didn't blow off. She has her whole body inside the back window of the car, and she's putting gasoline inside of there. And then she lights it on fire, and the whole car just explodes. And she flies out.
She hits the other car next to her, too.
Damn. And it's still going. And the guy, whoever's taping this, is still videotaping this car on fire. This could also have been an insurance situation.
Could have.
Where she's like saying, "Oh, my car caught on fire." That could have happened too. But I'm more so. I think it's that relationship type.
Yeah, I think relationship. Can I tell you something? If you go back to the beginning, maybe like 2 seconds in.
Yep.
And this is not me being a creeper, but like, she got a body.
Oh no, that's definitely you being a creeper.
Doesn't she have a body?
I guess, if that's what you want to call it. I love it. She has the mask on.
Yeah.
Like, that's going to help her at all. And then this just like, boom. Oh, my God. She gets, like, flash knocked out, it looks like.
Look,
the best is the little
crawls.
hobble off. And then she's quite resilient, how she runs up and jumps up and grabs the shit. Like, I would have been dazed and confused for a little bit. She got up way too fast.
Oh, Oh my God. I'm impressed that the guy filming this didn't have a natural like vocal reaction.
He did go behind the curtain for a second when the thing blew up, but now he's taping the whole thing. And dude, if you can't do a crime like this anymore without knowing that somebody's Ring camera or somebody's camera somewhere caught you.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, there's a digital component to every crime, they say nowadays.
I
There's
think that's why
always
she
a
was
digital
wearing a
component.
mask and a hoodie and everything.
I mean, you're going to be able to tell who the fuck that is instantly. Like, there's going to be some motive there. It's probably some baby mama shit. That's, baby mama drama.
Yeah. Our last one. This one's a good one. It is a lady having a lot of fun.
All right, guys. Let's describe what I'm looking at here. We got a lady. Looks like it could be a lady or a guy. This could be like a drag show, too. From what I'm looking at, looks like it could be a drag show of some sort.
Could be.
And it's like, I'd say, a wedding type of setup or like a reception for a wedding with some fold-out chairs. And then there's like a big, what do you call those?
What?
Those big tables.
Just tables, I think. I mean, it looks like a celebration because there's people in the back. They're looking at her. Like she's probably been already celebrating. Plus, she has like a leotard.
Yeah, it's like she got a one piece. It's like a one piece. Yeah, leotard. Is that what they call it? Like a little one piece bathing suit or some shit. Some sort of dancer. She looks like, and she's standing next to the table with. It's got a tablecloth on it, and all the people are looking at her. So I guess she is the entertainment for the night, or maybe they hired like a dancer. So let's play the video and see what's going on here. All right, so she is the singer. We got that already from just the 2 seconds that I played.
Okay.
A little more insight on the room. She's quite a big woman. And yeah, I mean, the fact that you're showing me this video, I know it's not going to end well. So let's see. Let's keep going. Uh-oh. Oh, okay.
yeah, you got to stop. You
All
gotta
right. So from what we're seeing here, this is not going to end well 100%. I can already tell because she is getting up on it's a fold-out chair, right? Like a folding chair like you would see at a wedding or something that they would place outdoor, right? And she goes to get up on the chair, and she's already wobbling, just getting up on the chair. And she's singing simultaneously.
Yeah.
I could barely do something like this. Let's see
Shit.
Let's see what's going on. All right, here we go. So we're going to keep playing. Everyone's still watching. There's kids around, too. So whatever the fuck this is, there's kids around. I don't think it's... let's see what's happening. Let's see what's going to happen. My God. Why would she ever think that was going to go well? No one cleared anything.
No.
Like I said, just like the video with the motorcycle guy, best case scenario, this isn't going to end well.
There's not.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck did she think was going to happen? So she does the splits on this table that has all this shit on it, like glasses, cups, chandelier, like not a chandelier, little candle holder.
They have some like ornaments with flowers.
Dude, it's like all set up like a party with a full table of shit. And then this lady gets on a table, and what she just did was try to do the splits on the table. And one of the table breaks, and she kind of falls through the table. But I'm saying, even if she landed it, she does the splits on the table. Is that her move? Is that what you hire her to come do the splits? Like, is that her fucking, it's $500 for me to break all your silverware and glasses and shit? It doesn't make sense.
Here, the funny thing is, I want to guess what kind of party this is because it's throwing me off because there's cameras behind over there, like if they're taking pictures. Like if you go far.
No, I'd say it's like a birthday or some sort of celebration where they hired her as entertainment because she's singing, obviously. So she's like a singer, dancer type shit. And this may have been her grand finale. And I'm sure she's done it before because the way she did it, she's done this shit before.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's watch that again.
If you... She got pipes.
I love that her like shoe comes off and everything. Let me see. Does she have shoes on?
No, she has no shoes on.
Let's see.
Freeze it.
Yeah.
Freeze it when she jumps.
No, there's a heel, fool.
Really?
That's a heel, yeah.
No, watch. Freeze it.
Those are heels, my guy. Look, that's a heel.
Oh, shit. Oh.
Well, guys, that was our new segment. I hope you enjoyed that. If you're listening, tell me how you thought it was. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. That was episode 44 of the Salty Locks podcast. JR is still here. Please, 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 let's try to cancel him as soon as we can. I know you guys are trying your best, and so am I. If you guys want to come see some stand-up tour dates, I have them up at amircomedy.com. Please go to amircomedy.com for my tour dates, and there's links to the podcast on there. There's links to the audio version, and I am starting to post much more stand-up content on my Instagram. So go to Amir Comedy for more stand-up stuff. Mm-hmm. And JR, give him your Instagram.
JR Cruz Comedy. And if you guys are in the North Hollywood area, I have a show every Wednesday at 10 p.m. called No Llores.
That means don't cry. And that's every Wednesday at the Haha Comedy Club, the club we were talking about today. Mm-hmm. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. That was Salty Locks. We love you very much. Please subscribe and tell your friends about the podcast. We'll see you next week.
Peace.